you with somebody who, every time you try to make progress or you trying to do things and they halting your progress, then that person ain't for you. The relationship part is supposed to come in with, they supporting your dreams and your goals. If they ain't doing that, then what the fuck you with them for?
You talking about maybe a 1-bedroom, even a studio, you paying $1,000 a month. I mean, you barely making probably $3,500 a month. You add in food, you have added in the car, you have added your loans you got to pay back, and all this shit just so you can stay alive and pay your rent.
$32,000 is the gross. You actually only working with like 20. You bringing home 20,000 or for 32, and then you got to spend 12, or at the minimum, you got to spend 12,000 out of your 20 on rent. You working with 8,000, basically. Like 8,000 for the rest of the year. So you got 8,000 to play with over 12 months, and that's where the grind come in. Us as black men, like, we're gonna encounter the law more than any other group. So going to law school for us would be more like activism. I want to help my people and this and that if I went to law school. But in reality, you going to school to be a doctor, that's different too. Okay, if you're gonna go to school to be a doctor, you better damn sure want to really be a doctor. You can't fuck around people's lives. You're not gonna just go to medical school. You can't bullshit in medical school.
The goal is to keep these colleges filled up, making money, and keeping people in debt. Whereas, why should we promote these, certifications and things like that?
Right.
Because you're only in school maybe 6 months, a year sometimes, whatever. But it don't take you forever. You could be paramedic, X-ray technician.
Exactly.
All kind of things you can do, and these are high-paying jobs. Like being an X-ray technician or a sonogram them cats is making like 60 grand when they done. They can make 60 grand. If you're 19 years old and you're not playing you ain't got no desire to play sports, you ain't got none of that, and you don't really have, say, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor.
Right.
A goal should be looking at something else because you want to make money to live comfortably and be happy.
You got to figure out what you want to do with your life. So until you figure that part out, school may not be the answer. Like piling up debt is not going to be the answer. You would be better off going and doing the trade thing. And when I say trade, that's what make the world go around anyway. The electrician, the insurance adjusters, the barbers, the hair salons. Like now, it's interesting I'm bringing up the barber and the hair salon because those fields, those careers, because you got to take a test for that too. Like you don't just start cutting hair. Like you got to go to a barber school. You got to take an exam. You got to know how to do different type of hairstyles. Like so, the barber certificate and the hair salon certificate is very similar. But what it does is that it sets you up to be a mentor for somebody else because you have to come in under somebody else's shop to do your training. So right there, you become an employer. I'm just keeping it real. If you ain't in your 40s right now, you may not even get Social Security. It may not be no bread left when it's time for you to collect at 65. So if you're in your 20s, if you think Social Security gonna be around when you're 65, don't count on it, man. And so if you can't count on it, it's because we can't say with certain, because there's so many people that's gonna be leaving the workforce in the next 15 years that it's a lot of money to be paid out, because that's just money that we all get taxes taken out, for that specific purpose, for Social Security. So
we had rules and shit when we went to school. We was like, cheat before repeat. You know what I'm saying? When in doubt, look about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We had this shit, use mules. You know what I'm saying? We was doing all kind of shit.
Right.
We did all kind of shit to get by, get a grade in college. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, you know what I'm saying? The shit was crazy. The shit, now we laugh.
It's true.
But back then, we was done what we was doing. But that's why they took all those things out of the schools. They took out all those type of workshops, cosmetology and all that. They took all that out of the schools for kids learning them because kids wasn't going to college. They started just doing that.
Getting money.
They like, hey, y'all, let me get in the auto mechanic program. Let me get in this program, electrician program. Let me get in the HVAC program. they get in those programs and they making money. They become an apprentice for a couple of years and then they move on and they start making $30, $40 an hour and more. The longer they in the field, the more they pay. Or as a beautician or a barber, you know what it's about. It's about bringing in your clientele, but you're your own business. You answer to no one. You pay your booth rent, or it's your shop. One or the other, but you in charge. You know what I mean? You're in charge, so you learning how to handle your own business. It's serious. So that's why it's like, go to college. You go to college, and you be like, well, I'm going to college for art. Okay. Trying to be an art teacher, some shit in the school system, then, you know, that shit ain't gonna really, there ain't no money in that. Like, you know, I'm going to school for social service, I'm going to psychology, I'm going for sociology, I'm going for this and that. But, you know, even in them fields, you got a bachelor's, they telling you, we still want 2-3 years experience. How am I gonna give you experience if I've been in school? But if I want to be an addiction counselor or whatever, some shit like that, I still got to go get licensed and go take that shit. So I got to add on to that shit. That's money. Exactly. So you might as well just go take that shit and stay fuck going to school, because you could have just studied for that part and got licensed to be an addiction counselor instead of going to school for all that other shit.
You could go to school for 4 years and you don't come out with a job in your field. A lot of people went to school 4 years, you know, they coming out with $200,000 in debt, loans. You can't pay that back. So you mortgaging your education. And then at the same time, we was taught that, you know, you want to get the property, you want to get a house, have kids. So before you even bring kids into the equation, you gonna mortgage your house. So you mortgaging the house, you gotta pay for the house, you gotta pay for the car, you gotta pay for your education. You don't even got kids yet. So this is where the two-parent household really comes in at, because the two-parent household was started because we had to go out and build up this massive debt for the education, but then you still got to pursue the dream. You know, the dream is supposed to be the house and the kids, but the house and the kids don't exist without the job.